Today, I'm visiting Riverstone for the first time, as I try to visit every station on the Sydney Rail network to look around both the station and the suburbs surrounding it. Riverstone Station is located on the Richmond Line in northwestern Sydney. Unusually for a station in Sydney, Riverstone has a level crossing next to it. There are very few level crossings on the suburban rail network, and this is the only one on a major road. The station is a passing loop on a single track section of the line and has two side platforms. There's also a third track on the west side of the station, but this track doesn't have a platform and doesn't cross the road. Platform 1, used by trains going towards the city, has an old brick building with an entrance and a waiting room, as well as other structures providing shelter. Platform 2, used by trains going towards Richmond, is more basic, with a single small shelter, but fewer passengers wait at this platform. At the southern end of the station, where the level crossing is, there are ramps up to both platforms from the road. Leaving the station, I went for a walk around the local area. Garfield Road, the road that has the level crossing, is a shopping street east of the station, with a variety of shops and a nice row of trees. Further along this road there are some more car-oriented businesses, and then a small park called Lions Park. From here I walked north into the residential part of the suburb. This section of Riverstone, just east of the rail line, is very old, with a grid street layout with large blocks, and the houses are large as well. Walking east past Piccadilly Street, I entered another part of the suburb that was built later, around the 1960s and 70s. The street layout is slightly different, featuring some cul-de-sacs, and the roads feel slightly narrower, but overall they're pretty similar. On the east side of Hamilton Street though, the style of suburban development changes significantly. This area was built just in the last 10 years, so all the buildings are around the same age and have a similar style. They're also a lot closer together, and the street grid is denser too. This results in this area being much more compact than the older residential areas, and walking around it is a very different experience. It'll eventually look more like the older areas once the trees have grown larger and some buildings have been renovated or rebuilt, but those things won't change the fact that it is denser. What I've mentioned so far is on the east side of Riverstone Station, but what's on the west side? Going west on Garfield Road, there are a few businesses and a park, but there are also fields on the north side of the road. This area is more vulnerable to flooding than the area east of the station, so it makes sense that there's less development here. The footpath on this road eventually ends, but beyond here the road crosses over Eastern Creek. I turned around to walk back towards the station. Now that I've visited Riverstone, I can add the station to the list of Sydney train stations I've visited. Thanks for watching.